Hello, and today we're going to talk about the Sleep Only app and its various noise colors that are available. You can see here I've loaded all of the noises into the favorites menu. If you're curious about how the favorites menu works, you can find another video just specifically on favorites. So before we started this, I loaded them all in. So I'm going to go ahead and take pause off here. And now we're playing white noise. White noise is basically every frequency that you can hear with your human ears from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, roughly evenly distributed. So it sounds like background noise, and that's really what we call it, background noise. In the old days, if you're older, you might remember tuning a radio between stations, or at night watching TV when the station discontinued broadcasting, and you get that kind of hiss sound. That's white noise. Now it's a little trickier than that, though, if you want it to be what we call warm. Basically, white noise is generated with mathematical models. Fundamentally, it starts with a random number generator. And the way you generate the random numbers is very important. And the way you seed the random number generator is also very important. So what you have to do, and what we've done at ASTI, is we've tried a bunch of different techniques of generating a nice, as musicians would say, warm white noise. It's very smooth, has no interruptions, and if you look at the spectrum of the white noise, it's nice and flat throughout the human hearing range. Okay, that's as technical as this is going to get. What we've done is we've had to come up with a bunch of names for different noise colors as they get darker and darker, because there simply weren't enough names. Everybody's probably heard of pink noise and brown noise, which came from Brownian noise. But what we've done at ASTI is created a whole bunch of other colors in between those. So we had to come up with names for them that made sense. So basically, all of the other noise, we call them derivatives, are based on white noise. And then we remove some of the high frequencies sequentially. So when we go to choral noise, for example, what we've done is we've removed some of the very highest frequencies in the white noise and left everything else the way it was. Now, if you do that again and go to pink noise, you can hear it. It has a deeper kind of noise quality to it. A bunch of the high frequencies have been attenuated. To me, pink noise sounds like a very uneventful rainfall. Now, if you keep doing this, if you keep removing the high frequencies that are left, we've come down to what we call sable noise. And if you do that again, down to oak noise, notice the colors are getting darker and darker. And then eventually to brown noise, which you've probably heard of. And that has a substantial amount of the high frequency content gone. But we didn't stop there. We have the next one is called dark brown noise, where we just continue now to remove the higher frequencies that are left. Chestnut noise, chocolate noise, and you can see at this point the pitch, if you will, of the resulting noise sound is very, very, very low. For me, very pleasing. I much prefer the deep, dark noises. And they're harder to generate, by the way. And then ebony noise is the deepest of all of them. On a cell phone, it's going to be a little difficult to hear probably the walnut and the ebony noises. They'll be attenuated quite a bit. And the reason is cell phones are not really designed to create frequencies below around 200 hertz. And for ebony noise, that's about all that's left because we've removed all the high frequency content from it. Now, if you take a brown noise and instead of just removing the high frequency content, you also filter out the very low frequencies, you get what's called green noise. So we also offer 3 different versions of green noise. They're very much like brown noise, but can be quite soothing. And we've done some interesting things with them with blends to make it sound surf-like. So that's the emerald green. We also have the Asti green, which is my favorite. It's a deeper, darker green noise. And the forest green. Anyway, those are all the noise variants and a quick description of how they work. If you want to get into the mathematical details of some of these, pink and Brownian noise, for example, you can go on Wikipedia. There's a pretty good description there of how these things are generated. But again, they're all done with mathematical models. There's no recordings at all done in any of our sounds. Thank you.